Dann fange ich jetzt einfach an. A Missing Year war ursprünglich hat Namco das auf der Xenosaga Homepage veröffentlicht in Episoden, um halt zusammenzufassen, was alles dann einfach nicht mehr in Spielform jemals geschafft hat, weil sie ja nach Episode 2 gesagt haben, jetzt ist Schluss. Und das war dann, glaube ich, auch irgendwie kaum noch vorhanden, aber irgendwelche Leute haben das dann auf YouTube hochgeladen und übersetzt. Und das habe ich jetzt hier als Playlist. Das sind 6 Videos und es geht, ich glaube, ein bisschen über eine Stunde. Und das enthält halt noch so einige Sachen, die man sonst überhaupt nicht rafft. In Episode 3 gab es halt auch so einen Database-Eintrag dazu, aber der ist dann halt, das finde ich doof. Dann lese ich da eine halbe Stunde nur Text vor. Ohne irgendwas. Ich muss jetzt gleich mal gucken mit der Lautstärke, wie die Lautstärke von den Videos hier so ist, dass ich die eventuell anpasse. Es gibt auch einiges, was ich dann vorlesen muss, soweit ich weiß. Also wir haben TC 4767. Die Maus, da kommt aber nicht von mir. Approximately 1 year after our farewell at the spaceport. Since then, I've begun working with an organization called Scientia. Und das sind auch die man am Ende von Pied Piper erfahren hat, die Melisse da vor 1000 Jahren gegründet hat. We are currently attempting to break into one of Vector's most important control domains, which is at the heart of the UMN. Something happened which prompted me to quit my job at Vector and collaborate with Scientia. The phenomenon was later called the Gnosis terrorism. Though it involved me and many people who were close to me, everyone, whether involved or not, was left with a feeling of uneasiness and suspicion. I couldn't shake my own suspicions and the tensions in my mind kept mounting, so without even saying goodbye to Cosmos, I decided to leave Vector. I just have to see it with my own eyes once more, the sealed fragment of truth. Deswegen ist da ein Mauszeiger auch zu sehen, weil das war, glaube ich, sogar so ein interaktives Ding. Man hat ja gerade gesehen, dass er auf Next geklickt hat. Wie sieht sie denn aus? After the space-time anomaly in Miltian space caught by Albedo had closed up, I returned to my usual duties as development chief at Vector. Before I traveled to 2nd Miltia, a new 3rd Division Annex Office head position had been established, and my appointment to it added a stable, although brief, routine to my life. I spent every day filling mountains of paperwork, which chronicled the events from the attack on the Warglinde to the appearance of Abel's arc over Miltian space. During this time, the Gnosis threat intensified and expanded its range, bringing about heavy damage to some of the planets in the Federation. I also think that in this time I began to feel as if the Gnosis threat was someone else's duty. Then, 6 months later, I learned that my brother Jin, whom I had said farewell to at the spaceport, had been commissioned by the Contact Subcommittee to investigate the Gnosis attack incidents. Nicht so schnell! The subcommittee's report on the Gnosis attack incidents. The Contact Subcommittee's inquiry into the Gnosis attack incidents. At the present time, there has been no correlation discovered in the numerous attacks. However, several mysterious factors regarding the Gnosis activities have been discovered. The attacks are focused on highly populated urban centers, giving rise to the possibility that the Gnosis are targeting civilians. There is a consistent pattern in the attacks which leads us to believe that the Gnosis focus is not simply destruction. Within a set time frame following the attacks, all of the Gnosis completely disappear. In consideration of these facts, we have determined that the Gnosis are acting as if they are being controlled by someone. In addition, at the latest attack incident, we confirmed the presence of a mysterious boy who is presumably acting together with the Gnosis and a 100-series Realien that he Gnosified. The boy's words lead us to believe that a character called Grimoire, ach, hier wird ja jetzt mal Grimoire erwähnt, may be deeply connected to this case. Ich glaube, bei dem Bericht geht es auch nur nicht um die Gnosis, die wir... da ist ja auch noch Mr. Shigura. Gerade erst angefangen. Shion hat gerade nur erzählt, dass sie bei Vector gekündigt hat und Scientia beigetreten ist, was wir ja gestern auch erfahren haben. Scientia ist ja diese, was Melisse vor 1000 Jahren da gegründet hat, am Ende von Pied Piper. Und jetzt lesen wir gerade einen Subcommittee-Report und es geht darum, dass jetzt gerade irgendwie seit einiger Zeit Gnosis Angriffe stattfinden, die irgendwie gezielt und gesteuert wirken und deswegen Gnosis Terrorism genannt werden. Und davon handelt auch gerade dieser Bericht vom Contact Subcommittee. Though the hypothesis seems far-fetched, if we can confirm the existence of a leader who commands the Gnosis, it will give us the breakthrough that we need. The subcommittee's investigation report on Grimoire's little girl. Within the one called Grimoire's little girl, a Realian girl we have been sheltering, we have found parts that resemble a special type of Realian built by the UTIC organization 14 years ago. However, since no records about that time remain from then, we are unsure if she is the same kind of Realian. Even within the girl's memory banks, nearly all of the records have been deleted. Of the fragments of her memory that remain, we can find no leads to any important information on the Gnosis incidents. We originally assumed that the Miltian conflict from 14 years ago was the cause of memory loss. However, there is evidence that the records have been artificially modified, and we think this is directly connected to the girl's recent activity. The Gnosis attack incidents. At first everyone thought they were merely an extension of the frequent and ongoing Gnosis phenomenon events. In my case, if I hadn't known that my brother was involved in the incidents, I might have never found the truth either. But Yuri was quick to realize how strange the incidents were. As she continued the investigation of the incidents with Jin and the others, she caught hold of a very important clue. The girl she had been sheltering was an eyewitness to one of the incidents. An investigation on the girl was initiated by the subcommittee. In the end, they were able to establish that she was a special type of Realian who had been built for an unknown purpose. The subcommittee's report was sent to Vector, and the 3rd Division began to give support to the investigation of the Realian. As an anti-Gnosis battle advisor, I also participated in the investigations, but when I saw the 3rd Division's findings on the girl, which they had submitted as reference data, I was left speechless. The girl had come from the same series of Realians that Joachim Zirai had produced 14 years ago. Furthermore, no records of her being manufactured existed. There was no mistaking that this girl was deeply connected to these incidents. I think my realization of that prompted my heart's denial that the girl existed. I was afraid that a connection to her would destroy the semblance of stability that I had gained. However, when I received an urgent communication from the subcommittee, those hesitations turned to anxieties. The incidents had escalated into a state of emergency. Und das ist halt alles jetzt, was wahrscheinlich eigentlich mal ein Spiel gewesen wäre, was wir jetzt sehen. Oh, Japanisch. That woman, she came to kill me. What do you mean? Oh, correct. I came especially to see you, Grimoire's little girl. I won't let you touch her. Wenn die Japanisch reden mit Text dazu, soll ich das dann überhaupt noch auf Englisch vorlesen? Wahrscheinlich nicht, oder? I see, well then. Das wäre das Erste, ja genau. Oh, no, don't. Wait. Shion. Oh, you're right, Shion. Haben wir jetzt Epilepsie-Jin hier, oder was soll das? Jin? Jin, the girl? I'm sorry, but she was taken. Das hat wahrscheinlich gerade Kämpfe symbolisiert. No. It's too soon to give up yet. There was a Gnosis attack on the subcommittee's lab. Because of this, we became convinced that the sheltered girl had the key to unlock the mysterious of these incidents. Mit these incidents meinen wir wahrscheinlich den Gnosis terrorism. I received a hurried request from the subcommittee to take Cosmos and rescue the survivors. Together with an army of eggs, we successfully infiltrated the lab and rescued Yuri, the girl and my brother, all of whom were unharmed. Ich fühle mich jetzt gerade wie in Xenogears Disc 2, wo man nur noch Bilder sieht und Text dazu hat. However, wie kann das eigentlich sein? Derselbe Scheiß passiert zweimal nacheinander, ey. Ja, ich finde das auch interessant und cool vom Stil irgendwie. Du hast recht, das hat was von diesen 80ern. Together with an army of eggs, we successfully invaded the lab and rescued Yuri, the girl. Das erinnert mich jetzt gerade an, wie man in Xenogears zum Beispiel von diesem Dungeon da liest. Dieser Mass, wie heißt der, wo sie das Ding ins All schießen, dieser Mass Driver, da sieht man auch nur Bilder und denkt sich, ja, das wäre wahrscheinlich ein Dungeon gewesen. However, as we were trying, Moment, was haben wir jetzt gemacht? Infiltrated the lab and rescued Yuri, the girl. Achso, Yuri ist auch weggenommen worden. Okay, die haben das Lab infiltrated und Yuri, dieses mysteriöse Mädchen hier, Realien-Mädchen, glaube ich, und den Bruder gerettet. All of whom were unharmed. However, as we were trying to escape from the facility, a mysterious agent named Doctus appeared. She was affiliated with the anti-UMN organization known as Scientia. To my surprise, Doctus managed to damage Cosmos and kidnap the girl right before our very eyes. Okay, das war das erste. Wir machen jetzt hier auf der nächste weiter. Hier, es gab doch früher mal hier so ein nächstes Video. Okay. Ah, laut. Jetzt kloppen sie sich. Shion sieht ja schon wieder anders aus. After destroying Cosmos, Doctor snaps the little girl away. My brother, by his own account, also withstood her attack at the scene of the Gnosis incident. But why did you pursue the little girl so persistently? Doctors called her Grimoire's little girl. From that fact, it was obvious that Doctors possessed some kind of information about her past. I desperately tried to find the connection between the recent incident and the girl by studying Yuli's report. At this time, I sensed that my own uneasiness towards the girl was beginning to fade. Die Texttafeln hier, ich glaube, die sehen halt auch, also der Text sieht, glaube ich, so stumpf aus von der Schriftart, weil die Übersetzung da reingepackt wurde. Das war ja eigentlich nur auf Japanisch. Und das war eigentlich nur, das hast du vorhin, glaube ich, verpasst. Dieses A Missing Year war einfach nur ein Teil auf der Xenosaga-Website, wo Namco irgendwie so 6 Episoden hingestellt hat, wo Hintergrundbilder und Textboxen und so weiterklicken mit ein bisschen Musik dahinter waren. Also das war eigentlich eine Website. Ja, Shion kleidet sich, glaube ich, gerade in jedem Video anders. Habe ich das Gefühl. Und hier stand halt eigentlich Japanisch. Und irgendwer hat da jetzt englischen Text drüber geklatscht. Desperately trying to find the connection between the girl by studying Yui's report. This time I sensed that my own uneasiness towards the girl was beginning to fade. Deswegen siehst du ja auch immer eine Maus. Das bin nicht ich. Das ist jemand, der damals auf der Website das alles der Reihe nach angeklickt hat und aufgenommen hat. About the girl saved at the scene of the incident. It was Grimoire's little girl who was saved, but her body composition bore a resemblance with a special type of alien that was manufactured by the UTIC organization 14 years ago. However, because the records from that time period pertaining to this type of alien no longer exist, it was impossible to determine whether she was the same type or not. Nearly all of the data in her memory banks had been deleted as well. Due to the fragmented nature of the remaining memories, I was unable to extract any important information about the incident. We originally assumed that the Miltian conflict 14 years ago might have been the cause of the memory loss. However, there was evidence that the records had been artificially modified, and we thought this was directly connected to the girl's recent activity. Da, die Maus, die ist nicht von mir. About Lemegeton. Lemegeton, the Gnosis summoning program manufactured by Grimoire Verum. By sending out a special wavelengths, this program makes it possible to interfere with the behavior of the Gnosis. Several thousand years ago, it was used by researchers to observe the relationship between the Zohar and the Gnosis. However, the experiment failed, causing the space-time anomaly responsible for the disappearance of Lost Jerusalem. Das ist ja die Erde. Wir wissen ja, dass die irgendwo verschwunden ist. So, Grimoire. Oh. Lemegeton itself was recovered by Vector when they escaped Lost Jerusalem. Wieso spricht da unten jetzt noch jemand? And it had been safeguarded by them ever since. But when Project Zohar was invoked, it was handed over to the Mizrahi Cerebral. Warum redet denn da unten jetzt noch jemand? Science Research Facility. Ich lese jetzt erstmal den Text hier fertig. The program was destroyed by Professor Joachim Mizrahi, who used it as the basis for the Song of Nephilim device. Moment, okay. Lemegeton was recovered by Vector when they escaped Lost Jerusalem. Jetzt genau, Sensory Overload. Das ist ja vor allem voll wichtig hier. Lemegeton itself was recovered by Vector. 7,000 years ago, it was used by researchers. Ich habe kurz zurückgespult. To observe the relationship between the Zohar and the Gnosis. However, the experiment failed. Und dann ist ja die Erde verschwunden. Lemegeton itself was recovered by Vector when they escaped Lost Jerusalem, and it has been safeguarded by them ever since. Also hat Vector Lemegeton. But when Project Zohar was invoked, it was handed over to the Mizrahi Cerebral Sciences Research Facility. The program was restored by Professor Joachim Mizrahi, who used it as the basis for the Song of Nephilim device. According to Yuli Mizrahi, The program was at one time restored and implanted into the synthetic brain of a special type of realien test subject, whereupon research was conducted on the management of Lemmigeton and the regulation of its waves. However, no research records remain, so we could not confirm this data. So, was haben die da unten jetzt gerade noch gesagt? Fragments of Lemmigeton. Remnants of a particular program. It's just what? This one interferes with the gnosis and can incite their... irgendwas. Oh, hallo Mopsi. Wer ist denn Hide Takasue Hiro? Personal information on Grimoire. Auch wichtig. This program is something that was developed in the era of Lost Jerusalem, but due to the conflict 14 years ago, it fragmented into several pieces and vanished into the UMN. Ist gut, dass ich gerade auf das Japanisch hören kann. Also das Lemmigeton-Programm war in der Lost Jerusalem-Ära hergestellt worden, aber vor 14 Jahren fragmented into several pieces and vanished into the UMN. The developer was Grimoire Verum. But that's impossible. Humans were thousands of years old. Weil der war eigentlich von der Erde, von Lost Jerusalem. Full name Grimoire Verum. Chief Technician of Vector's Zohar Research Project and the programmer that manufactured the Gnosis summoning program Lemmigeton. All other personal data is unknown as it is thought to have been lost when Lost Jerusalem disappeared. It is assumed that he died at that time. Genau. By using his own daughter as a test subject of Lemmigeton, he was able to complete the Gnosis summoning program. However, an incident during the experiment caused the Zohar to go out of control. das gab's in Xenogears ja auch schon. Grimoire is considered to be responsible for the space-time anomaly, which in turn was responsible for the disappearance of Lost Jerusalem. Ja, also das sind nämlich halt alles Infos, wenn du jetzt Xenosaga 3 anfängst, ohne das hier geguckt zu haben, dann weißt du dann halt alles gar nicht so richtig. Aber jetzt erfährst du hier zum Beispiel, warum, also wer die Erde hat aus Versehen verschwinden lassen. There was the character called Grimoire, who was connected with the recent Gnosis attacks. There was the person named Grimoire who constructed the Lemmigeton program, which was restored by Joachim Mizrahi 14 years ago. And there was the realien known as Grimoire's little girl. Despite the vagueness of each of these sources, we began to link all three pieces into one whole. Yuli and my brother had taken up the charge of rescuing the girl, Yuli in particular desperately trying to save her. Perhaps the realien girl simply reminds her of Momo. I, however, was still uncertain as to whether I should get involved in the girl's rescue or not. I perused the report the Jin had filed on the girl after the attack incident. In the report I saw a very familiar name. Inquiry on Grimoire's little girl. Grimoire's little girl. Just what are you? No, that's not right. I'm Nephilim. Den Namen kennen wir doch auch. At the scene of the attack, the girl called Grimoire's little girl was saved. Although there were no obvious external wounds, she seemed to have lost her memory and didn't remember anything other than her own name. Although it was thought to be temporary due to the shock of the incident, a professional diagnosis was also deemed necessary. Besides, there are a few strange points concerning this girl. The girl was being pursued by several people, each calling her Grimoire's little girl. She, however, denies that name, introducing herself as Nephilim and seeking help from a person she calls Grimoire. She had major differences from the characteristics of the Nephilim that I had previously come to know, and it was difficult to imagine that she was the same person. In addition, it was unknown what kind of relationship existed between her and the person called Grimoire, who was thought to be connected to the attack incidents. Also haben wir hier jetzt so einen Grimoire, der irgendwie angeblich für diesen Gnosis-Terrorism verantwortlich sein soll, aber eigentlich hat ja vor vielen tausend Jahren Grimoire auf der Erde gelebt und ist da gestorben. Also auch irgendwie komisch. You couldn't obtain any information from her memory banks? Unfortunately, her memory, or rather her data banks from the past, they've all been artificially erased. No memory? But she called herself Nephilim. That information is relatively new. There's no doubt that it was input by the hand of a third party. Ach so. Nephilim, the illusionary girl who often appeared before me, and now the kidnapped girl calling herself Nephilim. What kind of connection was there between the Nephilim I knew and this girl? If the girl had a connection with Nephilim in the Miltian conflict of 14 years ago, then she must surely have had a connection to me as well. And there was the agent called Doctus who pursued the girl. She might also have information on the girl and Nephilim. Regarding the mysterious agent, the female agent who attacked Grimoire's little girl, because of the way she handled her body and equipment, it could be surmised that she had received special training. Still, the reason why she pursued the life of the girl was unknown. Also, we didn't know whether or not she acted on her own or as part of an organization. From the fact that she called the girl Grimoire's little girl, it was guessed that there was a connection between the attack and the character name, Grimoire. After I had read his report, Jin told me about his encounter. Jetzt gucke ich die ganze Zeit rüber, ob der Stream noch läuft. Don't be afraid. I mean you no harm. Wow, was ist Jin eigentlich für ein Mr. Matrix geworden hier mit langem schwarzen Mantel? No, don't come near me. Help me. Grimoire. You know Grimoire? The girl, hand her over. Die schon wieder. Your gunshots aren't exactly reassuring. The next shot won't miss. Strong-willed woman. But for some reason, I don't think you are this girl's enemy. Middle path is the safest one. Grimoire's little girl. She's too much for you to handle, hat sie gesagt. Text passt da teilweise nicht immer in die Box rein. Indeed. But I don't see how that justifies you threatening my life. So nonchalant. It makes me sick. Very well. I'll withdraw for now. Ja, das wäre wahrscheinlich ja auch wieder ein Endgegnerkampf gewesen, wenn das Spiel geschafft hätte. It's alright. You're safe now. Der Mauszeiger auf Next geklickt. By orders from Vector, the damaged Cosmos was immediately returned By orders from Vector, the damaged Cosmos was to immediately return to headquarters in order to have a frame upgraded to version 3. Though I was uneasy with Cosmos' absence, it was nothing compared to the uneasiness I had regarding the girl's existence, so I made the decision to help Jin rescue the girl. Meanwhile, Yuri used wavelengths emitted by the girl as a tracking device, and she was successful in calculating the girl's location by causing a resonance of the fragments of Lemegeton. Subcommittee has relayed the coordinates and is requesting support. We have to infiltrate the target location and recover the girl. Mich verwirrt gerade so ab und zu ein bisschen die zeitliche Abfolge, weil wir haben doch gerade schon Jin gesehen, der das Mädchen hatte und irgendwie beschützt hat. Vielleicht ist das jetzt wieder, was dahin geführt hat. Having pinpointed the battleship that was thought to hold the girl captive, Jin and I hastily rushed inside before the enemy could notice us. However, we quickly came to realize that our actions had been careless. Ja, kann der Mauszeiger jetzt... Ah, da kommt er. Ja, du schaffst es. Next ist da links. Gut. This place looks like a data room. Indeed. It seems to suit the taste. Guck mal, was? Talk of this ship's owner. However... That surprise welcome isn't too impressive. Ah, I don't suppose you'd return the girl. It's not a likely proposition. To be continued. Ich kann ja gar kein Bier trinken hier, wenn ich so viel vorlesen muss. Ah, da habe ich jetzt auch einen Next-Knopf. Welcome, we are Skintia. You have surely heard our name before, have you not? Skintia? That's the anti... Ah ja, das da oben kommt nicht von mir, ne? Da dieses Trügpa F11, du willst, danke, Herz Carmen. Das ist im Video drin. Ich glaube, da hat irgendjemand das aus Versehen mit aufgenommen. Ist die anti-UMN Sentia, that's the anti-UMN resistance. What do you plan on doing with the girl? Sagt Jin. Und dieser Captain sagt, she's deeply linked to Lemegeton. If she has a connection to this program, you have no reason to kill her, correct? Vielleicht ist das am Anfang immer so eine Szene von irgendwie mittendrin und dann wird mit Text erklärt, wie das dahin geführt hat. Also ein bisschen fragmentiert, aber naja. Information on Sentia. The anti-UMN organization formed by the unification of anti-government resistance is spread all over the Federation, founded by Melissa. Da stand Nakamo Bandai. Gut, danke, dass du das bemerkt hast. Das wäre mir jetzt entgangen. Gute alte Nakamo Bandai. Okay, oh hier, guck mal, da ist Melissa von Dings, von gestern, von Pied Piper. Anti-UMN organization formed by the unification of anti-government resistance is spread all over the Federation, founded by Melissa Orders and TC 4669. With several million members, it's currently the largest resistance organization in the Federation. Its members are attempting to bring to light the possible relationship between UMN use and the appearance of the Gnosis. Skillfully using a distinct network, they carry out guerrilla-type acts against the UMN administration. Holy shit, was ist das jetzt? Connection to the Maiden of Grimoire. Current information on the Maiden of Grimoire. She's a type of unique Realian that differs from current Realians. Her pupils, which are the most important external characteristics of Realians, were created in a non-conventional manner. We can remark that her traits are similar to the type of Realian created by Professor Mizrahi during his research for the UTIC organization. Her body was used by the same professor for Lemegeton's reconstruction in UTIC's HQ, Labyrinthos, but during the Miltian conflict, the data concerning the research as well as those of the donor are lost and the details remain unknown. After the conflict, an official publication called for the destruction of all Realians used in his experiments. However, certain information indicates that several childlike Realians remained missing. Sie sind alle auf den Epstein-Inseln. Der Epstein-Insel. Gott, was sag ich denn da? Scientia. Wie spricht man die eigentlich aus? Scientia? Ich weiß es nicht. Ich sage jetzt einfach Scientia. The clandestine organization that denounces the UMN as being dangerous and continues to act on its own will. Why is it so obsessed over this girl? This has, as anticipated, a connection with the Miltian conflict 14 years ago. It was discovered... 14 years ago. It was discovered that the Realian was made by Professor Mizrahi and got its hands on information concerning the experiment that used Realians' bodies during the conflict. Furthermore, it's the Lemegeton program that was used for this experiment. Realians made by Professor Joachim Mizrahi. Now I remember, in the past I had developed relationships with 3 Realians, Fabronia, Cecily, and Cath. Would it be possible that the Maiden of Grimoire was in the same place as them and that she was used for the UTIC's organization's experiments? And yet, until the color of her pupils change, she tries to hide something from us, but what? Until the color of her pupils change, what? Lemegeton isn't only a program, sagt der Captain, und da oben steht noch Information on the Fragment Retainer. Someone who has been contaminated by Lemegeton by having a fragment implanted in their body is called Grandi. What? Was ist denn ein Grandi? Someone who has been contaminated by Lemegeton by having a fragment implanted in their body is called Grandi. Currently, only a boy from the Rosen district has been confirmed as a fragment retainer. Also, there are strong chances that the Maiden of Grimoire falls into that case. Also hat die vielleicht auch ein Lemegeton-Fragment implanted. Okay, und der Captain sagt jetzt, Lemegeton ist gar nicht nur ein Programm. Once placed in the brain, it contaminates its host and turns them into a gnosis. Only their individual will is kept as is. What does that mean? Oh, jetzt steht da oben wieder was Neues. On its own, the fragment is useless, but if it is placed in the brain, the program contaminates its host by emitting waves and nosifies them. Impossible. People's conscience is conserved when they become a gnosis? That's horrible. What changes in comparison with classic nosification is that to maintain individual vital functions, individual conscience is maintained as is. The people in this situation are called fragment retainers. People in this case become capable of controlling waves, and it allows them to direct the calling of the gnosis as they desire. We call them grandi. Grandi. Would the girl be in that case? But why now? And what you say is true. She would have been contaminated 14 years ago, so why didn't she reappear until now? Vector. Vector? Report on suspicious points about the UMN. 41% of the gnosis responsible for damages or reports by witnesses come from the UNN. The majority of the gnosis apparitions in the real number domain happen through a dive in the UMN. This is a known fact. Ach, jetzt schmeißen wir einfach hier den Begriff real number domain raus. Der wurde doch gar nicht erklärt. Doctors, an interesting history, no? Lemegeton was originally controlled by Vector. A portion of Joachim Mizrahi's research funds were also financed by Vector. A grimoire is hidden in the UMN, which was created and is maintained by Vector. Und hier oben steht, the fact remains that no true inquiry into gnosis in the UMN exists. Currently, although the UMN's control and administration are under the jurisdiction of the Galaxy Federation, this arrangement was entrusted to Vector. Oh. Moment, was hat sie jetzt unten gesagt? Lemegeton was controlled by Vector. Research funds were also financed by Vector. Was hidden in the UMN. Okay. Vector is also on the initiative of dealing with damage caused by the gnosis. Although reports on the handling of the damages are sent to the Galaxy Federation, almost everything is done in absolute secrecy, and at the end only one formal report is published. Während Doctor sagt, there's no reason for Vector to know nothing about the current incidents. However, this is nothing but supposition. Keine Ahnung, warum sie das gemacht haben, dass hier immer zwei Sachen gleichzeitig sind. But first of all, what is the UMN? Oh, it has reports and suspicious points about the UMN. What is the UMN? No documents remain about the development of the UMN other than recordings on the basis of its maintenance. Okay, ist natürlich auch interessant. No documents remain about the development of the UMN, other than recordings on the basis of its maintenance, recordings on the installation of transfer columns in the galaxy. Could it be possible that no documents remain other than a network installed during the creation of the Federation? Und unten geht's weiter. Sure, suppositions. The personal interests of Vector seem to be hindered by unknown obstacles. This enterprise, while it knows the dangers of the UMN, hides things. It is obvious that it has another objective. Und hier oben geht's weiter mit UMN. According to these supposed facts, we can only suppose that Vector, although conscious of these dangers, would knowingly hide very important information linked to gnosis and the UMN. In response to that, Vector claims that there are no implications. In-depth investigations seem to be necessary. Huh? Vector had a link to the current incidents? I didn't want to believe that story. Certainly Vector is responsible for the layout of the UMN. However, to say from there that it is linked to this affair is a big step. But there are this girl and Lemegeton, and also actions of the man named Grimoire in the UMN. There's no reason why Vector shouldn't be up to date with this information. Without doubt, it possesses numerous mysteries. I, as representative of Cosmos, never had information sent back to me. One begins to feel like someone is acting in the shadows. Although I decided not to get attached to Doctor's words, uneasiness began to grow inside me. Now we will uncover the true nature of Grimoire. If all goes well, we will obtain proof of Vector's implication in all this. Good. Tell me when you'd like to go. Shion, is this conversation worrying you? For the moment, there's no proof of Vector's implication. I'll try to do everything I can. Ich gucke die ganze Zeit auf die Dropped Frames und KBBS da. Okay. Oh, die ist einfach mal in so einem Tank drin. Operator 1. Correction of the UMN bypass route towards the maiden of Grimoire's... What? Brain. Grimoire's brain, okay. Where are the preparations for Lemegeton? Beginning emotional coercion, confirming contact with the UMN bypass route. Well, will it be a raving madman or a genius who will take the bait? Whoever it is, they will surely appear before us. Ach, die baiten diese komische Grimoire-Existenz, die da im UMN entdeckt wurde. Do you honestly think Grimoire will come from there? We'll see, but it's certain that we have no other means at our disposal. He will inevitably take the bait. Commencing force dive into the Maiden of Grimoire, maintaining normal defense. Das war jetzt aber eine Menge Text also Gelaber für so viel wenig Sätze. Confirming the electronic transmission of the live dive data. All systems are okay. Commencing countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Scientia's analysis of the girl began. Its goal was to get its hands on clues about this man called Grimoire, who seems to be pulling the strings behind the current incidents. The girl seemed less afraid of the pain of the forced analysis than she let on, but something else was even more peculiar. When she became aware of my brother's presence, I had the impression that the expression on her face changed slightly. One could have said that she had known him for a long time and that his presence terrified her. Fear and astonishment showed on her face. But yes, it is certain that she was frightened by the appearance of my brother. We would soon awaken something that had slept inside her. Uh-oh. No, no. What is it? This is bad. We can't maintain the current structure. Don't do it. Stop. Untranslated, skip to A3 for the next scene. Okay, einfach irgendein Tech-Geblabber. Maiden of Grimoire. Sorry, I don't have what you want. I have nothing else to remember. I can't give it to you. You mock us. What are you trying to make us believe? That from the beginning you didn't remember anything? That's wrong. That's not it. At the beginning I had it, and if I had been repaired, I could have given it to you. If it's to tell us nonsense, it would be better for you to shut up. No, all of this, it's not true. Stop. If you go any further, the girl will die. Don't do it. Don't bother me. Don't come closer. Oh. Shion. I'm going. Wait for me. Shion, what's going on? Shion, respond. Shion. Was ist denn jetzt passiert? Ist Shion tot? Wieso habe ich hier manchmal... Leider nein. Wieso habe ich hier manchmal so ein nächstes Video-Knopf und manchmal nicht? Jedenfalls okay. I'm sorry, but I think the chances of saving her, even if they're slim, I'm sure a way exists. I think so as well, but you still must prepare yourself for the worst. Prepare myself for what? If I lose hope, it'll be like abandoning her again. I'm sorry. You're right. I must also keep hope.
あなたは信じてあげるべきよ。
I'm sorry, but the chances of saving her are quite high. Shion. Da hilft nur noch Genick brechen. The Maiden of Grimoire disappeared right before our eyes, following her awakening. Shion, trying to help her, fell unconscious. According to the subcommittee's reports, traces of the girl have been found in the UMN. Therefore, it's possible that Shion's consciousness is forcibly held there. Moment, es ging schon weiter. Along with Professor Mizrahi, we tried to retrieve it, but not having a single clue in the immensity of the UM, this was a lost cause. Being unable to do anything else, I had nothing more to do than wait. I could do nothing but deplore my uselessness, the same as 14 years ago. Oh, hallo Nephilim. Was ist das denn? Nephilim. Das ist jetzt aber die echte, oder? This place is called Ars Nova. It's a world of memories, sealed by Vector. Sealed. A world of memories. Omoide no sekai. It's where terrible memories and painful thoughts remain. Soon all consciousness will unite here. Shion, Grimoire, and the young girl can be found here. Shion? Yes, Grimoire is holding Shion prisoner. Tell me how to save her. When a person tries to fulfill their dream, they don't necessarily become happy. This dream can be so strong that it brings misfortune to those around them. Grimoire still has not realized this. Please, Jin, stop him. Das Ars Nova wäre bestimmt auch voll der fette Dungeon gewesen. Nephilim contacted me through my consciousness. She informed me that Shion and the girl are being held prisoner by Grimoire. They are in the depths of S Division, a location controlled by Vector and protected by very high-level security. Nephilim asked me to stop Grimoire. I don't know if something happened between them, but now that I know the place where they are being held captive, I have no reason to hesitate. Nephilim said that? Yes, she said that Shion is being held prisoner along with the girl in a place called Ars Nova, which is sealed by Vector. You're planning to go save them? That's foolishness. Vector constantly makes reparations and controls this area. It's a difficult location to reach, even for a member of the government. Despite everything, you still won't help me. Even the smallest error could cost us dearly. I know. I won't force you. Jin, it is likely that we cannot save her. Besides, I have no excuse, but I'm going to borrow this ES and your fragment for a while. Fragment? Was hat er gesagt? Dansho? Take off! Professor Mizrahi warned me not to interfere with Vector. Considering her position, her reaction was normal and I couldn't blame her for that. Ich dachte kurz, Mizrahi meint jetzt hier Joachim, aber das geht ja gar nicht. Das war Yuri gemeint. Her reaction was normal and I couldn't blame her for that. However, I couldn't allow myself to abandon them and I had to exploit all the possibilities that were presented to me. I never hesitated even for a second at the thought of going to save them. However, one thing perturbed me. The Maiden of Grimoire wasn't afraid until she saw me. On her face was the same expression as that day. Okay, jetzt sind sie durch den ganzen Dungeon gelaufen. What's the situation? Achso, das ist, Moment, on that day, das ist jetzt vielleicht irgendwie ein Rückblick, weil das ist jetzt irgendeine 100 Series. It seems that during the last two attacks and raids from the center, noses have appeared, in particular large. Wobei, das ist jetzt aber hier Matrix-Jin. Vielleicht hat er die einfach mitgenommen. Er muss ja, geht er vielleicht nicht alleine dahin. It seems that during the last two attacks and raids from the center, noses have appeared, in particular large forms emerging in this hangar. As I thought, it seems they are searching for something. The enemies have begun to move. They must have spotted our position. More than 16 are approaching, but it is impossible to determine the exact numbers because of interference. You coming with me? Yes. Good answer. I then went, along with the 100 series Realian, towards the location where the noses were concentrated. There we found a boy. Who are you? Who am I? I'm not telling, and don't ask me about troublesome things. Grimoire will scold me again. If I don't find it, it'll be your fault. What are you talking about? Yes, I know. What will you say to this? Was das für eine Bratze, echt mal. Impossible. How did you do that? That'll teach you. Oh, diese Realian, die gerade noch mit Jin dabei war, verwandelt sich gerade in Gnosis. So if you continue this, it'll touch you too. Thanks to the power of the fragment, the boy manipulated the Gnosis. He was probably searching for the Maiden of Grimoire. We would have to face the Gnosis that was in our way, but the boy made it touch the Realian, who began to Gnosify. She executed the Hilbert effect and pulled herself into our dimension, with no way to save her, and given that she was completely Gnosified, there was nothing I could do but destroy her. Aw. Don't be afraid, I'm not going to hurt you. But jetzt hat sie gefunden. Das ist doch das, was wir vorhin schon mal hatten. Our Missing Year had some original soundtrack. Ciencia talked about Grandis. During my investigation of the Gnosis, I had the opportunity to meet one who Gnosified my partner, 100 series Realian. Ach, das war jetzt, glaube ich, doch ein Rückblick. Bisschen verwirrend. At that time, the girl was also afraid. My partner executed the Hilbert effect on herself, which pulled her into our dimension. I had no choice but to destroy her. The girl saw it all and wasn't frightened by the scene itself, but by me. Ah, und daran hat ihn das erinnert. It's likely she wanted to run away from me and didn't want me to rescue her. I must at all costs force myself to forget this so I can concentrate on the rescue. I needed certain equipment to infiltrate the Horde of Vector and get by their security. Other than the subcommittee, I saw no other way than to visit this organization. Indeed, only doctors and her colleagues could help me. If Shion was with me, she would surely yell at me, saying I was irresponsible and rash. But as long as I shared a common interest with Ciencia, it was possible that I could work with them. But before doctors could consider my proposition, there was this conversation. Cooles Bild. What are you doing here? Have you come to stop us? As you will see, I have not come for that. I would like to make a deal. I know where Grimoire is hiding and I must go there. I come to ask for your help. If you accept, once this is done, I will give you the fragment of Grimoire. How ironic. I would like for you to prepare for my dive. I don't think this is a bad deal. Doing your dive, your life will be in our hands. You will entrust it to us at that point. Hat gesagt, you trust us that much, oder that far? I have no choice. I cannot attain my goal otherwise. Vielleicht hätte ich das übersetzen sollen. And if I refuse? That will be bothersome indeed. To tell you the truth, I never even thought of that possibility. What a face you make for a captain. Alright, I accept your offer. However, this will be the only time we will work together. Complimentary report on Grimoire. First of all, the series of incidents in connection with the fragments were caused by a man called Grimoire Verum. Given that the origin of these unexplained phenomena, as well as the hiding place of the one responsible, is in Vector's special maintenance area, there are strong chances that Grimoire Verum himself is there. How has he managed to stay alive all this time? That is a mystery. For an unknown reason, possibly linked to the disappearance of Lost Jerusalem, it seems that he has become a spiritual entity that exists within the UMN. We can assume that Vector knows this fact, hides the existence of Grimoire, and holds him in order to reconstruct Lemageddon. Erstmal Oculus Quest spielen. So that would explain why Ars Nova is so important to Vector. Okay, we'll interfere directly with the UMN and force a hole open. You take it from there. You must make your way to Ars Nova. Understood. What are Ars Nova's coordinates? If the Maiden of Grimoire is there, the fragment will resonate and allow you to find your route. Obviously, anti-intruder units will come after you. Your survival depends on you. Don't worry, I'll do my best. To be continued. Okay, Nummer 5. Where am I? Have I been saved? Von 6. It was you, wasn't it? You're the one who saved me. Yes. So, thank you. Are you okay? Have you been hurt? Why did you save me? Because you tried to protect me. Alright, I see. You call yourself Nephilim? Grimoire called me that. Is Grimoire your father? I don't know, I don't remember anything, but Grimoire told me that he knows everything about me. Everything? Yes, my memories, my name, everything. But he will only give them to me if I unite all the fragments. If I don't, he will scold me. Ja, dann gib dir mal Mühe. I'm scared. I'm so scared. I can't do it. It'll be okay. Everything will be fine. Don't be afraid. Ich glaube, noch ist sie afraid. I'll stay close to you, I swear. I will protect you. Was war das denn? You will protect me? Yes, I won't leave you all alone. And it isn't just me, there's my brother too. Brother? Yes, his name is Jin Uzuki. Some of his habits are odd, but he's very nice. So don't worry, he'll come save us. Jin Uzuki? Oh. I lost consciousness while trying to comfort the girl, who was in the Scientia vessel. When I awoke, I was in a strange place with her. Where was this? Who brought us here? One would say it's an old church. I had no idea. Next to me was a frightened little girl who held me tightly in her arms. To be reassuring, I tried erasing my anxiety. Komisch übersetzt. Because of this, I didn't remark on her change. Yes, once she heard the name Xenosaga, her face changed slightly. Oh, what are you so afraid of? Who are you? This person, it's Grimoire. Are you scared? I don't understand. I don't understand anything. I've been mistreated. Help me. Sorry, I can't. You won't help me? Nephilim, you want your memories, don't you? Yes, you gave me the name Nephilim. You said you would give me my memories. Yes, I promised you. I'll give you a nice name and pleasant memories, but for that you must obtain all of the fragments. Then you can come see me. But I can't. I'm scared. You'll be fine. You can do it. Come, let's go, Nephilim. What are you talking about? Are you kidding? Oh, dann nimmt sie einfach mit. Brother! Oh, er ist da. Immediately after he kidnapped her, my brother appeared before me. Once I saw his relieved face, all the anxiety contained inside me disappeared. Ich weiß, sie meinte Grimoire, aber das klingt kurz, als hätte ihr Bruder sie entführt. Trying to hide my emotions, I told him everything that had happened, but suddenly a whole host of macrophages appeared before us. Oh. You're talking in a pitiful tone of voice. What happened? I missed you. I'm staying here. Go stop Grimoire. But... Speaking Latin. Keiner mehr Lust gehabt, das zu übersetzen. In an unexpected manner, doctors appeared to protect us. Why did she do that if we were enemies? I was still confused, so Jin explained to me that I was a prisoner in a section of the UMN called Ars Nova, controlled by Vector, that my consciousness was captured by Grimoire, and that to come help me, he had to ally himself with Scientia. Grimoire seems to have fled to the depths of this building. We went in pursuit of him, which probably was a dungeon, or would have been a dungeon. Welcome to my holy land. Grimoire. You have my gratitude. Thanks to you, she could finally awaken. My work is not finished yet. You think you impressed me with your talk? Very well. You shall be witness to the miracle. Miracle? You think you're in a place where only top secret information is accumulated? That's a great mistake. It's a place created... Okay. It's a place created by Vector to keep you imprisoned, a sort of spiritual prison. Huh, a prison? That's why I told you that you are mistaken. I told you, for me it's a holy land. It is here that I exist completely. Ich spule hier manchmal vor, wenn ich im Japanischen höre, dass er noch längst nicht ausgeredet hat. So you always wished to live here? Huh? I doubted that you would understand. Therefore, I will give you an explanation. Uzuki, the fragment. No.
断章やめてお願い
Stop, I'm begging you. Oh. Was macht sie denn mit ihm? Brother. So that's why she wanted the fragments. She told us that the fragments were indispensable for her to get her memory back. Her memories. Not knowing who she was probably the only one who could tell her. But could she be happy if she got her memories back knowing that she was a real alien born for experiments? Sieht nicht so aus. Come, with this you can have everything. Oh nein. What is this? This is my memory?
これが私
This is wrong. It's wrong. It's... The Song of Nephilim.
ネピリムの歌声
You hear it, this song. My beloved song. Das war jetzt nicht you hear, das war eher listen.
この歌を歌わせ
Stop,
ては
I
ダメ
never let you play this song. It will propagate through the UMN and resonate with the entire universe. And then my daughter, Nephilim, can be brought back to this holy land. Uh-huh. My daughter, Nephilim. Nephilim is your
あなた
daughter?
の娘 これ
These aren't my memories?
ないの
Ars Nova is the memory of my dear daughter. You shall inherit her memories. Then we can use Lemegeddon and you can accommodate my daughter's soul. You will become the object of my desires.
レメゲトンの使い君に娘の魂を宿らせよ君は希望のよりしろとなるのだ
Stop this, stop.
嫌がることは
Don't complain. You will obtain what you have always wanted.
君は望みの
These aren't my memories.
こんなの私の記憶じゃない
バカな
That's foolish. Why are you
な
rejecting
ぜ拒
them?
絶するやめろ頼む
Stop that, I beg of you. Nephilim, my daughter. Take them, please.
娘を受け入れてくれ
Er hat im Japanischen so eher gesagt wie accept my daughter. Also ich glaube, er wollte halt in diesen Realien das Bewusstsein seiner Tochter reinpacken, damit er seine Tochter zurückkriegt. Und Nephilim war halt seine Tochter. Also die Nephilim, die wir immer gesehen haben.
なぜだ
Why are you refusing?
わからないの
You don't understand? She doesn't want someone else's memories. Her soul only wants its own memories. You don't see that. You're only hurting those around you.
心が欲しかったのよどうして気づ
この世で最も尊い
Instead of having a soul shrouded in lies, she will harbor a free soul and live as Nephilim. I'm sure that she would be much happier.
幸せなことがあるか
そんなの
That is what
あ
you
なたの
believe.
思い込みじゃない
知ったふうな口を
Don't talk like you know everything. While Vector used me, I was stuck here for an eternity. I've endured the pain of losing my daughter all this time.
娘を失った苦しみに耐え続けたのだ
そんな
But as I see Nephilim,
希望が
my
消
dream
え
is
ていく
disappearing. Die Nephilim, die wir mal gesehen haben, war also seine Tochter von damals von auf der Erde. The fragments, aber warum die bei uns jetzt hier mal auftaucht, bitte, wurde jetzt, glaube ich, noch nicht gesagt. The fragments that Grimoire planted in the girl united, and Lemegeddon was finally complete. After the awakening of Lemegeddon, she began to be swept away by Gnosis. If she stayed in this state, she would emit the song throughout the UMN, which would quickly spread it and make it resonate all through the universe. If this happened, our world would be completely overrun by the noses. Why did this have to happen? She only wanted her memories. Grimoire only wanted to revive his beloved daughter. The two of them only wanted to attain their wishes and nothing more, but in reality their wishes mutually hurt them and only brought misfortune to other people. Oh, da ist die wir kennen. Da ist der echte Grimoire von damals auf der Erde und die echte Nephilim von damals auf der Erde. Finally, you're back. I've waited for you. I've always waited for you. Welcome back, Nephilim. The fact that you're held here, it's because of your love for me. I'm sorry. I don't understand. I don't understand anything. Give it to me. Give me my name. Give me my memories. Der geht's ja gut. Und die letzte. No, I don't understand. Hatten wir gerade. Huh? Oh. Das ist dann wahrscheinlich der Endgegner. Was macht Kosmos denn da?
Kosmos.
Das Lied muss ich lauter machen. The black smoke produced by Lammageddon surrounded the girl's body as she transformed into a Gnosis. The fragment of Lammageddon, while keeping her consciousness intact, nosified her. She lost her senses and we could no longer hear her voice. I was unable to contain my emotions and began to lose control when Cosmos, equipped with a new exoskeleton, appeared to get us out of this mess. Das macht die wohl in jedem Spiel am Ende. She protected us from the Gnosis attack. Seizing the opportunity, Jin turned toward the Gnosis while drawing his katana. Brother, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Stop. We can't do anything, but fight. Stop, I'm begging you. I want to talk to her, brother. Let's go, Cosmos. Final boss. Attacking. Epilepsy time. Ich hoffe, hier hat keiner Epilepsie. Jin's katana cut the Gnosis in two, allowing the Maiden of Grimoire to pull herself out of what remained. My brother was right, she hadn't completely Gnosified yet and could still be saved. I will help you remember about her. 彼女のこと. Dann mach mal. These are my memories? Kinderschild. Almadel? Is that your name? Why are you here? Are you okay? Ach, stimmt, Almadel hieß die eigentlich. Ich habe das ja alles schon mal nachgelesen. No, that's not it. These are the girls. Almadels. Professor Uzuki, I'm awakening her consciousness. Professor Uzuki? Who are you? Das ist Shions Vater. Oh ja, Suo ist Shions Vater. Let me get on binding state. We can no longer afford to make Professor Mizrahi wait. For the moment, everything seems to be proceeding perfectly, but the values aren't stable. That's odd. We start phase 6. But if we do that, the body will suffer. I don't care. He doesn't want to listen to my excuses for our continued delays. Stop. What are you doing? No, I'm scared. Go be a good girl. Tell me what you want quietly. Das war eher sowas wie, sei still und hör auf meine Befehle. Is she okay? Who's that? Oh, I'm scared. Was hat Shions Vater denn da bitte gemacht? Hey, this girl is scared. Poor girl. Professor Uzuki. I already told you not to come in here. But hurry up and get out. Once we introduce something into her brain, it provokes interferences. Try to modify the doses of the medication. No, stop, no, no. Well then, now stand still. Die liegt doch eher. Hat eher sowas gesagt wie behave. I remembered everything. With the help of the girl's memories, my memory returned. On Milsha 14 years ago, I met her, and in her memories was my father, Suo Uzuki. That's why she was scared of my brother's face. He looked a bit like our father. Ah. I don't know what kind of connection my father could have had with Vector, Joachim Mizrahi, and Grimoire. In any case, one thing was certain. I had memories in common with Almadel. Almadel war halt der eigentliche Name von diesem Realien-Mädchen, in das Grimoire die Seele seiner Tochter packen wollte. I know you. No. Yes, Almadel, that's your real name. Almadel. Your name is Almadel, right? My name is Shion. Are you all alone? Don't be afraid. I'll stay here beside you. It'll be okay. If you're mistreated, I'll protect you. Also war Shion wohl öfters bei ihrem Vater im Krankenhaus, was auch immer der Vater da gemacht hat, und hat die da getroffen? Shion. Da ist ihr Vater. See you later. I'll stay close to you. I swear, I will protect you. Shion. Yes, Almadel, it's me. Also geht's jetzt auch noch gut aus für Almadel. It'll be okay now. You have nothing to be afraid of. So stop the song, Almadel. It won't stop. It won't stop. I can't stop it. Don't give up, Almadel. Shion. Don't be afraid. I promise I'll stay with you. Why? Why won't it stop? Nephilim. It's impossible. Even I don't have the power. She is already possessed by Lemegeton. Almadel can't live. If she continues to live, Lemegeton will completely possess her, but only she can make the decision. Film redet ja so langsam wie ein Rentner auf der Autobahn. But why? I can't stop it. If it continues, Shion will. Amadel, you want to save everyone in Shion? Yes, but I can't. I can't stop it. It will be okay. You can stop it if you wish to. You must understand, remember? Remember? So, see you later. At that instant, I was in accord with her consciousness, the memories she searched for. We only spent a few days together, but for her they were happy moments, important memories. It was for those that she made her decision to protect us with her memories. It's pleasant. Can you stop it? Yes, but will it be sad? Yes. But for the people you met, you won't disappear. They'll continue to remember you. Memories of me? Okay. I remember too. You know, you're the one who found my memories. Also sie sagt nicht I remember too, sie sagt, ich hatte also doch auch Erinnerungen. Und du hast sie für mich gefunden. Next time if we meet, will you play with me? What are you talking about? Of course, we can play together whenever you want. Okay. Ich freue mich schon drauf. Amadel. Du. Was hast du vor? You know, it's me who will protect you. This time, hat sie noch gesagt. Wait, Amadel. Thank you, Shion. Oh, Amadel, it isn't true, is it? Wow, why did she? She rejected Lamaghetto to save us. No, to protect you, as well as our memories. Why did she do that? Freu dich doch mal drüber. Jetzt ist jetzt auch tot und alle anderen. Soon this place will shut down and become a tomb for Grimoire and Almadel. Nobody can threaten them for eternity. Shion, this place is beginning to shut down. We must escape quickly. No, I can't. Oh, da hat er jetzt aber mal eine geballert. Bam. Nochmal. I'm exhausted, hat sie im Japanisch gesagt. Bam! Einmal noch. Bam! Shion, you think Amadel did that so you could give up now? Then explain it to me. Where was she born? She only wanted happiness. That isn't something that others can answer. Only Almadel can. I don't want to listen to your reasoning. But you know, one thing is certain. Meeting you allowed her to find her memories. That's an undeniable fact. Brother. Ey. Was heißt hier ich und meine Vorlieben? So, let's go, Shion. Ah, da ist auch das Lied von vorhin. Ich weiß nicht, ob das im Japanisch noch besser erklärt wurde eigentlich. Aber Grimoire war also im Grunde einer der Forscher, die damals den Zohar erforscht haben, als er gefunden wurde in Kenia auf der Erde. Und Nephilim war tatsächlich seine Tochter. Und bei einem Zoha-Connection-Experiment hat er seine Tochter benutzt, um irgendwie eine Connection zu versuchen herzustellen. Und dabei ist Nephilim verschwunden. Und, verschwunden. Und dann ist auch dieses Dings, und dann ist halt die ganze Erde auch da. Dann ist halt Lost Jerusalem auch irgendwann verloren gegangen. Weil der Zoha außer Kontrolle geraten ist. Und das ist auch die Nephilim, die seitdem irgendwie im UMN rumgeistert und uns öfters erscheint. 14 years ago, Joachim Mizrahi created the Udu system. But the foundation of the system rested on the Gnosis calling program Lamageddon. Aber ich dachte, wir hatten längst gesagt, dass Udu gar kein System nur wäre. Almadel was born to serve as a guinea pig for his research. Grimoire planted Nephilim's memories into Almadel's brain. Then, using Lamageddon, he tried to revive Nephilim's consciousness. However, Almadel rejected these memories and sacrificed herself to stop the song of Nephilim created by Lamageddon. She nosified and turned to salt. Almadel and Grimoire were lost as Ars Nova was destroyed. It was announced that this marked the end of the current Gnosis attacks, the Gnosis terrorism. Officially, the one responsible Grimoire Verum was reported missing. The truth of these facts was mysteriously hidden by Vector. Other areas suffered the pressure of Vector. Yudi of the subcommittee was transferred to a Federation military establishment. I also heard that the foundation that was in charge of the investigation was pursued for having connections to this incident. My discipline for having broken into a S division was demotion and outright removal of my position as chief. The Cosmos project was frozen until the new chief was named. Had there been any other measures taken by Vector, I would still consider myself lucky. Effectively, even after my demotion, I could still continue to participate in Cosmos development, given that there are still things for First Division to do. But a loss of confidence in the UMN and Vector arose inside me, and this feeling wouldn't go away. I could never forget Almadel. That's why I passed in my resignation letter. It's probably something that Alan and the others will never forgive me for, but as long as I have bitterness towards Vector, it is doubtful that I could ever return. It would no longer be possible for me to see Cosmos. Oh. I have not thought about what would happen, but I intend to research the truth on the subject of my father and his part in the incidents 14 years ago, the UMN and Vector. Feb and Nephilim told me I must face my past. To be continued in Episode 3. Dann machen wir das doch jetzt mal.